Hey, everyone. It is the Let's Get Loud podcast with Jay and A. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Josée.
So I was watching last night on my Instagram. I like forget that I have highlights there and like there are like highlights of like fun things that I've done in my life.
Okay.
Anyways, Jeff was going through, he wanted to show Dia the amazing bakery we went to when we were in Italy. And
Okay.
he was like going through our stories. And so I went through our stories after, and it's like fun to see like, oh, that was a good trip. Like sometimes it's only after that you get to be like, wow, like that was beautiful and whatever, or you get reminded. It's kind of sad that we forget sometimes. Anyways, and then I saw my hair like this, which is the way I had my hair my whole life for the past 5 years. Um, and I missed the blonde so much. Like I miss the way it looks here. Isn't that
Okay.
weird? Like it looks the exact same probably to all the eyes.
Yes.
Um, so I was like looking at myself and I'm like, oh, I miss the blonde hair when held back, which
Okay.
was literally my life for 5 years, was my hair held back. Hated my hair down. Would never wear it down. But I had a moment. So this morning, if you're like, why did she do her hair today? Doesn't she look like garbage today? I was like, try it with your brown hair. So it's not that bad. I think it looks more natural. I asked Jeff, this is me. I come down the stairs. I'm like, what do you think? Like, it's not as nice as my blonde hair, huh? And he's like, what are you talking about? And then I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't
like
know, like this area, like it's not as nice. And then he's like, first of all, I can't see anything. His eyes are like so bad. Like he's like, he got laser and it's like
he
degrading. I don't know if
told
that's
me
the right word.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, like at the show, I'm like, oh my God, did you see whatever's like, don't see anything. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I didn't see anything. I was just sitting there. I'm like, you're
He actually put
blind.
his glasses on at one point during the show.
Really?
Yes.
Anyways, he doesn't want to go for a second round, and whatever. No, he doesn't want to. I think he's just like thinking about it, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, speaking of the show, you guys.
Because wait, though,
Okay,
you
go.
thought that you felt like Jeff was the person to have that conversation with.
No, but
He was just there.
he was just there in that moment when I was having that moment, and I'm like, it looks fine. Like it looks fine.
Yes.
It's just the hair that I literally used to do every single day for 5 years. Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like even this morning, being able to just like brush my short hair and like leave
Yeah.
and it not be hideous. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
hideous because it's like cute and like all over. It's fun. Like it's different. It gives me another opportunity to wear my hair differently. But it's just like I had a moment where I like missed it a little bit.
Yeah. You're allowed to have those moments.
Yeah, and I feel like, oh my God, imagine the people that like have like this long, thick hair and then they cut it here, like, and then they see videos and pictures. It's just like, oh, but there's a reason you cut it.
There's a reason you cut
There's a
it.
reason you cut it. There's value
No
in that.
regrets.
Oh my God.
Okay, what were you gonna say about the show?
Well, okay, well, the show, first of all, is still available to purchase. But this is what I was thinking. So someone said to me yesterday, she goes, "Oh my God, you must have been on cloud nine on Sunday." And I was like it's funny and I felt like I wanted to share with to our listeners and to you like just my social anxiety. I feel like people don't know I have social anxiety. But I think that's what it's called. Like how I'm feeling, I'm not sure. I don't know
Yes,
if that's what it is.
I don't think that's the right word for it
I
because
don't
like
know what it would be though.
social anxiety would be like someone that's like anxious about just interacting with people.
Yeah, that is not me.
You have
Post
post social
social
anxiety.
anxiety.
So
I
like
like it. Let's add the word post. I like it.
perfect,
Post
done.
social anxiety.
Yeah.
Zero anxiety while I'm there, zero anxiety to go, like all of that. Like zero, like minuses. But it's the aftermath, you guys. And so when even just hanging out with friends, I'll have that. Sometimes even more so if I spoke a lot. So imagine if I'm in front of 500 people and I just live in the moment. That's what's happening. That's why I think, and even like my conferences, very much in the moment. Like I live in the moment and nothing is like planned and pre-planned. You know, I even have pre-social anxiety. Maybe it's not social, it's like pre-talking anxiety because I have that after recording a podcast. Like I think about what we said and I'm like, oh my God, if someone listens and they're in this situation, they might take this certain conversation and feel about this. Like how many times I've sent you a message and I'm like, remember when we said that in the podcast? And you're like, nope, no one cares. Like no
Yeah.
one. And I'm
Okay,
like,
I
okay,
do we think that this is because let's be honest, we talk a lot at a lot of people.
Right.
And there have been people that have been upset with things that we have said. Like that is just,
Yeah.
and no matter what we say, that will happen.
Yeah.
Do you think part of this is because there's been situations that people have
Yeah.
been upset with what we've said?
I think so when it comes to like public things like this podcast, a conference, the show, but I still feel it within my friends, which like it's not like my friends have been like, "Oh, like you like I've never had any time friends be like you did this or you said this or this hurt me." Like, you know what I mean? Like I've never had friends say that about me. So maybe it's like a part of like again, you know how I'm like afraid no one shows up to my birthday. It's like a part of like my and like it's so funny because I'm like such a confident person, but it's like almost like a not a boundary, but like a barrier, like a limit that I want to set to protect myself
Yeah.
from hurting.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one's weird.
And there's like this thing where, and we made fun of me at the show, like where I want everyone to be happy at all times and like everyone to have fun at all times. And so if I took, if I take, I'm like, tell me that you're happy. Tell me that you're having fun. You know what I mean? That's like my love language. Oh my God. So, like, how annoying am I? But like, I think it's that part where if someone were to like look upset or look hurt by something, I would say, like, I'm like, I think it's because like my intentions are so not that. You know what I mean? That I'm like, if someone were to feel that, I'd be like, oh my God. And so that's why that next day a friend came over. Um, she was at the show and she was like, oh my God, it was so good, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, how are you feeling? I'm like, I'm having like, you know, some post-show, post-speaking anxiety. And I'm like, but I know my intentions were good. Like, if anyone, like, there was nothing that I said that was like to be mean or malintent towards anything. For me, c'était juste positive. But I still get that like little bit of a, oh, know what I mean? Worry.
Yeah. And I also struggle with just the world right now and how soft everyone is. I'm just
Yes,
really
because you're not soft. And
I am the opposite of
yes,
soft,
yes.
and it's almost like, that whole like cancel culture thing that happened like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It's not the same now, but it's kind of holding on, and just people's like fear of sharing their opinions and from their place of experience. I don't want to
Mm.
say is dangerous because that's like pretty dramatic, but I do I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think we should be able to share our opinions and also ah, like can we just joke a little bit?
Yeah.
Like no one got made fun of more on the show than Josée Cormier.
Yeah, no, I was the target and I loved it.
And I'm already planning how to make Neil even more of a target next year.
Yes. I think that like yes. There's this thing where okay, I wasn't gonna share this, but I'm sharing it. So main, you know how we talked about main character energy for Ilona, okay?
Mhm.
But main character energy in the sense of you think you're the main character in the movie of life is
Mhm.
not a good scene, is not a good way to be. As
Okay.
in, you think everything's about you
Right.
and that the other person that is not in your soul, right? It is hard for me to understand what it is to be Alicia. It is because and you and vice versa. I don't know what it is to like walk in your body, be you
Yep.
with you know what I mean? I'm not
Yep.
you.
Yep.
And so understanding that we are not the main character of life, that we're all just like if I when I go somewhere, well, the person making my coffee also has a life and is also like doing, you know what I mean, is coming into this freaking picture with their own side. They're on the other side of the counter, basically, right? Um, and so being able to see like almost like every human, like just the like okay. But I think that there's this space where a lot of people think that they're like the only ones on the planet. Like so when you not make fun, but they think that their opinion is the opinion or that everything that I would say would be about them or about, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like that like I have my own thing going on, you have your own thing going on. And if we all came to the table knowing that everything's not about us, you know what I mean? I think we would be less offended about
Oh,
everything. You know
yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so far on the other end
Yeah.
of do that I actually miss things that are about me. That
Right. They're trying to insult you and they can't.
actually, yes. I wanted to tell you about the whole main character energy thing. So, and to me, the main character energy thing is like a person that acts like a main character, like they show up in their life,
Yes,
like
I agree.
shoulders back, like
Hmm.
speaking with confidence, like
Yes.
being loud
Yes, yes,
about
yes,
what
yes,
they love.
yes.
Anyways,
Same.
so I am coaching with Josh, the girls basketball team.
Love it.
Okay. So I've never done that before, ever. And I'm just the assistant coach. So like really my job, like I'm not in charge. Okay. But I think it's really nice for those girls to have a female as well.
Yes.
And so we literally the first practice, a lot of the girls don't really know each other. And we're like in a circle. And Josh asked them to like introduce themselves and say their birthday or something, right? And they were all like,
Right, right, right.
and I was like, oh, pause. And I was like, no, we're going to use our main character energy.
Right.
And I'm like, and I modeled it. And then I was like, would you like to
Like
retry?
eye contact. Hey, I'm Alicia. Yeah.
Would
Mhm.
you like to retry? And they
Yeah.
did it. And it was like, okay, we got some
Yeah.
room
Yeah,
for
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
improvement. But it just was like a really, I felt like, oh my gosh, like, am I going to make a difference in these little girls' lives?
You sure will. And if people listening don't know, like Alicia used to play, I would say professional basketball, but high school basketball. And did you play at university as well?
No, no.
No, high
But
school.
I played at FHS, which is like a big deal because at that
Yes.
point the high school was 3,000
Yes,
people.
yes, yes, of course. Yeah. No, it's a big deal.
That doesn't even matter. But yes, because someone did say to me, they're like, "Do you even know anything about
Yeah,
sport?"
that is the reason why I want to say that. You played basketball. I can't coach basketball. I know nothing about basketball.
Well, I
Um,
feel like basketball's easy.
yeah, I love volleyball. I used to play volleyball and
Yeah,
badminton.
I feel like those
Um,
sports are like pretty simple. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, they're school sports.
Yes.
School sports. Love school sports.
Yeah.
I love that. And I think that if there's anything about I don't know, like just bringing it, it's energy. I think it's energy. And that's why on stage, see, I have the same definition with main character as you do. So like we're on the same page. And then obviously I was gonna say my friend, but yeah, Tom Asacker. It's like you're not the main character, like this, whatever. And that's like one of his part of his like belief system. So like we had a battle on our last
Oh,
call for sure.
wow.
And I was like, I think it's just like at the end of the day, it's your perspective of what that means. But I understand what he means. Like, think of a main character in a movie. Everything's about that main character. So the person making the coffee is just a person making the coffee. We don't know what's happening. It's just that person, right? And I'm like, yeah, but what if you're the main character and you're empathetic and loyal and whatever? Like you know what I mean? Like, so if every single person is a good human as
Yeah.
the main character, you could be
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like a
Great
murderer
show.
as the
Great
main
movie.
character. What?
Give me such a good movie.
Such a good movie. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's nice. So anyways, so that was very interesting. Anyways, there's this call on Friday where they talk about that with other humans. I've been like being a part of calls where they talk about their belief system.
Okay,
Fun.
wow.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
show up. Yep. Okay. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's very interesting to me that I know every time I do a show or a conference, all of these things that like if you're like Josée, what is the favorite part of being Josée or what is like basically the thing that lights you up the most? And it's like shows and conferences, like talking basically, speaking, doing speaking gigs basically. And but I know every time I'm gonna be dealing with anxiety the next day. It doesn't last long, but I know that rarely do I ever feel like nothing. The only time, and that's even when I hang out with friends. I'm like, the only time I feel nothing is if I don't say much, which is not often. Okay. Sometimes I choose to, like, just like it's not about you today and don't talk. Don't talk. You don't want to be dealing with anxiety. Oh my God. So, yeah. So thank God I don't have anxiety when I talk to Jeff. Zero anxiety there. Like it is what it is. But all that to say is I keep doing it. I keep doing it still. And even if I have this, like, I know that that's coming. And I think that that's why sometimes, like, I really want to write a book. Imagine like it's written, so I can't like change it. And then I put it out in the universe. The
Mm-hmm.
anxiety I'm gonna have. This
Mm-hmm.
is a lot of talking. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always worry if I'm going to hurt someone's feelings or if it's going to like sound a certain way or whatever. So I think that that is one of the reasons why sometimes like for that I'm just like, oh, like it's out there. I'm going to like proofread it like a million times if ever that happens. But with conferences, I think the mindfulness journey I've been on has helped me so much to be like, your intentions were good. They were pure. It felt right in the moment. You can't go back. Um, and that's it. You kind of just wait and see. And every time it works out. So you guys, if there's anything that you keep saying, I wish I could do that, or I really like doing that, but, or whatever, you have to live experiences. Like you have to get out of your comfort zone. So as much as all of that is like who I am inside, like it lights me up, it's still like out of my comfort zone a little bit because I like am not fully confident in it, but I love doing it so much that I'm just gonna still do it. Know what I mean?
I think that's an important message for people to realize that even though certain things cause you anxiety, you're still willing to push through,
Yes.
and give yourself the opportunity to have that experience.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think
I have anxiety too, but mine is more like, where am I going to park?
right.
No, I actually, whenever I'm like, my anxiety stems a lot from the unknown. So
Right.
like if I'm ever going somewhere that I've never been before, my anxiety is like, whoa.
Okay. Yeah. See, I don't have that. I'm like, oh, we'll figure that out. You know what I mean?
And it's irrational. Like most of my
Yes.
anxiety is irrational. Like I like, what if I get lost? You're in your car,
Yeah.
you have a
Yeah. Yeah.
GPS. Like
Yes.
it
It's 20,
you're
net 25. Like to get lost, like, yeah.
what what if you take the wrong turn, then you turn around? Like I like
Yes.
it's
Yes.
not
Okay.
rational.
Okay.
But it's definitely something. And yeah, I have a lot of anxiety around
Yeah.
my kids getting hurt or an accident.
Or they get hungry. Wait, remember you saying that once? What if they're hungry and I'm not there? I was like, oh,
Over.
wow.
It's over. Yeah, no,
No,
never.
yeah, for sure. See, okay, I see this. Like, I don't have anxiety for my kids getting hurt or whatever. It's, I don't like when my kids are disappointed.
Mm,
That I'd like to like bubble them up from disappointment,
hmm.
which I think is very connected to me having anxiety after a show because I don't want the people that came be disappointed.
Yeah,
And that's also very connected to me being like, you're have fun, huh? Huh?
yeah,
You're happy, huh?
yeah,
Like, what? Why am I like that? There's something about it's other for me, it's like more like it's like I've given myself this role to like make other people happy. And I
yeah,
know that I don't control that. So
yeah.
guys, we've had people for sure after a show send us messages that aren't positive towards our
No,
show. And
yes,
so like, and then, but all the time I'm like, oh my God, like all we've ever wanted, like there's 100 that are like, I can't, I don't have one negative thing to say. It was perfection. You know what I mean? I got this really nice message, Leash, from a girl that came down from, I think, Bathurst. And she's like, I literally have not one negative thing to say from the beginning to the end.
uh,
And also something else that people pointed out to me, a lot of people pointed out, they're like, people knew from the beginning what was up? Like the vibe from, I was like, yes, they get it now. One of my instructors, like they're all young now, you know what I mean? Like they're all like the late 20s.
yeah,
They're like, oh my God, we arrived there, il y avait déjà des matantes qui dansent partout. Des matantes. That made me
yeah,
laugh.
yeah,
I was like, yes, like
yeah,
and I felt it from the beginning, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay, everyone is understanding this. I'm like, and it's 7:15 p.m.
yeah.
She's like, it's
Pace
7:15 p.m.
yourself.
and people are dancing. I'm like, yes,
Pace yourself, ladies.
please yourself.
Mm.
Apparently, because we did neon as the theme for next year, Brian told Maddie, he goes, well, that was a good run. I won't be there next year. I was like, stop. He can wear like something like just a black suit with like neon like
Yes,
things. You know what I mean? So
yes.
funny, so funny. I'm actually extra excited about the theme next year. Like, cause
Okay.
it'll be even fun. Look, it's all about
Yeah,
the fun.
yes. We also
Yeah,
already basically like planned the entire show next
I
year.
know. Yeah, we went through it. You guys were like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna add this. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
good. We've got some plans here.
We got some fun
Oh
new
my
add-ins that we're gonna
God.
try out.
Yeah. So I guess the other message here is like for Alicia, she, you know, when she goes somewhere alone or like with her kids, like she still does experiences and lives experiences where she might get lost. and her kids might get hurt.
Yeah.
They might get hungry. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, and she does it.
Yeah. No, for sure. I don't know if that came from like, do you remember that time that Piper like literally almost cut her toe off?
Yeah. You are still traumatized by that and you need to go to therapy.
It was pretty traumatic. You
Yeah.
would have felt the same
Yes.
way.
No, but
So
you're obviously replaying that in your head. You keep talking about the door in the back and the thing and like the way it happened fast. Like you, like that was a scary moment right there.
I think, and I don't replay it in my head anymore, but I think
That's good.
what it did was showed me that accidents happen. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's almost like now I'm aware that accidents happen. And when I like see someone post about an accident on Facebook, I'm like, see, accidents happen.
Yes, Alicia.
Which whether I
Accidents
know
happen.
about them or not, accidents happen. And whether I like and
You
also
can't
like there's
pre-plan an accident.
no,
That's why it's called an accident.
I know, but I am not kidding you. I am often going through in my head the Rolodex of accidents that could happen. And you know how it's your role? You feel like it's your role to like make sure everyone's
Right.
happy.
Yes.
I feel like it's my role to make sure accidents don't happen. I'm not
Okay.
even kidding you. And sometimes I'm like looking around in a dangerous situation, okay? And I'm looking at all the other adults and I'm like, see, I have to be this person because no one else is worrying about the accidents.
Right. Oh, and you also have this thing about like old people and like them getting hurt
Of course, they could fall and break their bones at any moment.
any moment. Just
Anyways, all this
fragile.
to say, guys, that we both struggle with different levels of
Yes, and
anxiety.
it doesn't stop us
No.
from like doing things that we really want to do. So I
Yeah.
guess today's that's the message today.
Yeah.
So whether it's and I think that like for some it's leaving their kids and going for a walk or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't know. It could be the tiniest thing. And while we're on that subject, this week session 3 for the alignment program was them applying something they want to do every day. So like they wake up and they have to pick one want, like because living in alignment means that you do what you want to do and what you say you want to do so that it feels like, oh, I had a great day. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. Like that's alignment. It doesn't have like it's not a checklist. It's more of a like a feeling like, oh, felt great about today, you know? And also I think that we like bunch too much. Like every day can be different what we want. Like today I want to be able to go for a walk or tomorrow it's like I want to go to the yoga class. You know what I mean? So they wake up and they really choose one want. That's not their habit. It's not something that they do like on habit already. If I wake up and I'm like, I want to go spin, that way you've been spinning for 15 years every day. Like obviously we know this, Josée. But like it needs to be something that you like typically don't fit in and you keep saying you want to do. They wake up and pick one thing and then they have to obviously be like, and how will I make this happen for myself? Like, how will I actually do that? So what do I need to put in place for me to be able to actually accomplish that one want for today? So one want doesn't seem too much either. And do I have access to resources to help me to do that one thing? When will I do it? Like the more specific you can be, the better. But also if it does, like yesterday was like I wanted to go for a walk and I said 12:30, but it was I think it was 1 p.m. before I went, right? But I was like, I'm getting ready. I just wanted some sun a little bit before. But yeah, so I think that could be a good practice for our listeners this week.
Did anyone tell you what their want was? Like, is it,
Yes.
I'd love to hear things
Okay.
that people are doing. And I love the way that this is framed because it's not like, okay, now you're going to do this for the rest of your life.
No,
Do you know
no,
what I
it's actually
mean?
an everyday thing.
And
Yes.
it's just giving them the opportunity to experience that, to feel what it would feel like it's not pressure, it's not goal focused. It's just like, okay, you say you want to go for a walk, go for a walk.
Yeah, I think we need to be more like action. Like you need to like not just sit there and be like this or whatever. Like what is the action today? Because that is a life of alignment is behavior. It's not result. Does that make sense? So alignment is behavior and not result. Okay, so people said like my want for today was to move my body. That feels good to me, so I went for a walk. My second one was to be productive. I split some wood and she did other things. She split some wood. That was her want that day.
Yeah.
Put it in the
Yeah.
house. Now she relax.
Yeah.
A lot of them, I think, because the weather was so nice yesterday, was walking. One girl wanted to work in her garden, read her book. There's another girl that was like, I want to read my book tonight.
That's a great one. I feel like people say that all the time that they
Right.
want to read more, but it
Yeah.
doesn't get prioritized,
Yeah.
right? That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. This girl wanted to go walk on the beach and look for sea glass. And here's the thing, okay? Maybe like I know that we are a program that where the byproduct is weight loss. here's the thing. You need, in order for you to have true weight loss that's your way, like you need to be like well. Like you can't be like all stressed out and always like, full of anxiety and like or even sad and think that you can just create weight loss your way. Like you need to be well. Like you need to be at a place where you feel like you're considered in your life. You feel like at a good place. Like I loved when James Smith said that. He said like you can't create a calorie deficit if you hate your job and
Yeah.
you come home and you hate your spouse. Like
Yeah.
it's just and I loved it. I was like, yes, like let's talk about fucking being happy and being well
Yeah.
before we can really start prioritizing, how we're gonna eat today and how we're gonna move our bodies today. Like if you're not good, you know what I mean? You're not good. No. It's not going to be easy. You're going to want to come home and eat everything. If you come home tired with a headache, like it's not easy to create a calorie deficit.
No.
So just being real here. And so that's why I think our alignment program mixed with your with habits, which is the program Alicia has right now going on is just it's a good mix of people taking control almost of like how they spend their time and what they're doing and creating extra awareness around their life, and that is true weight loss like your way. It's not sexy. It also takes a little bit more time than the quick fix, but it's true and it's real and it's yours and it's long lasting and it's adjustable and it's reframable and and it's what you've wanted this whole time. You don't want the quick fix. It doesn't work. We get sucked into it sometimes, but don't get blinded by like creating a beautiful life that really feels aligned. So that's why I get them to do something they want to do so that they don't come home feeling like shit or stressed or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
reconnecting to your life. That's what alignment is. So yeah, no, that's good. People could do that this week. If you're listening and you're like, oh, I could really just wake up and be like, okay, what do I want to do that I keep saying I want to do, but I keep not doing it?
It's funny because my homework to them was a habit, and it was
Oh, okay.
and
Almost like the
like
opposite.
it kind of, and it was like pick one habit that you have yet that you are like really working on. But here's what people do. It's funny you said the almost the exact same thing. They say like, I will um go to the gym every day. I will measure my creamer in my coffee, and then they do nothing different besides say it out loud.
Right.
And I'm like, that's not enough. Then you ask yourself,
Yeah.
how can I change my environment
Yeah.
to
Oh, yes, you
support
have
this
to.
from happening?
Yes.
Like what did you do? And someone said like the spoon, literally leaving their spoon by the coffee maker. And it's making it obvious. That was to this week's
Yes, yes.
thing.
Are you using James Clear's book a little bit to like
I
help them with
mean,
habits?
like definitely using his inspo for sure. I didn't re-look through the book
Mm.
when I made up the course content, but like I feel like that's just been so much a part of our language for years
Mm.
now
Oh,
that it
yes, yes, yes. No, no. And his book was great, you guys. If you want to work on habits or whatever, that's a good Atomic Habits. We've been talking
great.
about that for a long time. James Clear was actually doing a book reading or a book signing with Brianna Wiest in New York last night. And I was like, oh, that would have been an epic place to something amazing. Like Brianna Wiest is the author of like how this is how you heal, 101 essay, The Life That's Waiting, all of those books that I read. Though she is
Yeah,
just an incredible writer. And then like with James Clear, I'm like, oh my God, so cool.
that's
Like
cool.
what a cool duo. Obviously helping people.
Jose, it's almost like you and I. Mindset and
Oh my
action.
God. You're James Clear and I'm Brianna Wiest.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, no, yeah, no, it's good. And it's oh, and I told the people, okay, if you have your want, so they should wake up and like write it. And then if they did it or not. If they didn't do it, they need to figure out why that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because you can't like keep ignoring the fact that you're not doing the things you keep saying you want to do. Like then it keeps being a life that's not aligned and you keep feeling like you never do what you want to do. So we need to like create more vulnerability or honesty and transparency with yourself where you're like, okay, I didn't do it today because the kids did this or whatever. I don't care. Like you go and write all the excuses. I don't care, but I think you need to see the excuses. Like you need to see them. I want you to be like, oh, the kids, and then you realize yet again, it's the kids. Yet again, it's, I'm putting everyone else first, you know? Um, it's something.
It's
It's
something.
something. All I heard yesterday at skating from other moms was They had no time to do anything. It was time. They're like, I don't even have a minute to breathe. And I was like, so interesting. Like I'm sitting there and I don't feel that way at all about like my life or my time. You know what I mean? But I also know that I'm very privileged that I work from home and that I have a very flexible schedule. I understand that. Like I don't have the typical 9 to 5. Um, but it's also like these extra tasks that they put on themselves, which I think they really love. Like they're building, knitting their daughter's dress for skating. Although I've
Knitting
spent a lot of time on the internet looking for a dress, but I definitely did not spend a lot of time doing it,
is knit
creating it from scratch.
is knitting the right word? Like it's
No,
not made from
knitting
yarn.
is definitely not the right word,
Okay,
okay?
okay, okay, okay. Sewing.
So sewing, yes, sewing. So, and they're like, oh my God, like the crystals and they're doing all of that. And I'm like, oh my God,
Mm.
like, and so I think it lights them up. I think they really, one of them is like in design, like clearly she loves it. But I also hear her say all the time how she has no time for her ever, ever, which is like, I don't think she's complaining, but it's like really, sometimes it's like, what do you want though? You know what I mean? I just know that I cannot sew. I find it so cool that they can, to be honest. I'm like, wow. Like, I don't even know like where I would buy the material and like obviously, you know what I mean? I don't even know where we would buy cheese. So like it's something, you know? The store.
Fabricville.
Fabricville. I just find that super cool. But I think that it's just an example of like everything can take so much, whatever, as long as it's lighting you up, as long as it's what you want to be doing,
As
as long
long as
as
you
you go
feel
feeling, yes,
fulfilled though, because
yes,
like I remember when I started to shift my focus to myself, and I was also feeling like, oh my God, there's no minutes. I was working
right.
full time outside of the home, all this stuff. And I realized that like I was gonna have to like say no to things that did light me up. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like in order to like I needed to make room on the plate. And
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, I hate that, so I'm gonna stop doing that.
No, yeah.
I actually loved like I loved giving extra help to my students. I
Right.
loved that, but like I had to make space on my plate for me.
One, yes, of course, though. No, no. And so like it's just to look at and also start listening to yourself. That's what I meant. Like just start like kind of creating more awareness on like where you're spending your time and how does it feel? Like I know maybe you like to do all these things, but does it feel heavy? Does it feel like you're always stretched? Like it's okay to say no. You're also not a bad mom if you're, buying online. I'm just creating an example here, but like it really is okay. Like it's just not, and I think that there are certain seasons where it's like this week, this is the priority. I want to finish that. And then next week, I'm more the priority and I do different things. So like, oh, even for me, like this weekend, it's a big weekend of like activities. Like the last 2 weekends, I've been like crazy. I'm basically like, Mom, can they sleep over? Mom, like, you know what I mean? And then after that, like it's like Dia's skating competition. So like weekends are busy doing for her. You know what I mean? We're not going out, we're not whatever. So I'm like, it's a good balance. And I think it's just important to find whatever feels right to you, right? And I think that sometimes just saying, yeah, yeah, no, it's what I want. Just also listen if you're complaining a lot. If you're complaining a lot and there's a little bit of resentment, that means that there's something that's missing a little bit. It doesn't have to be this massive shift. You're not putting the match in your life, no. It's just like, oh, a little bit more of, I'd love to do a little bit of this or whatever. It's planning. It's
I
planning.
also think it's like somewhat become a part of our culture where it's just like acceptable to just like complain about how busy you are and how you don't have any minutes.
Okay. I see what
Same as
you're
like
saying. Yeah.
menopause. It's like, oh, poor me, boo boo. And I just don't
Yeah.
like sitting in that space,
Yes. And I
you
think
know?
that, and sometimes you get caught up in the conversation, like, me too, I'm
Yes.
busy, and me too, whatever.
Yeah.
But just like, and that's totally fine, you guys. Like, we're all caught up in conversations as well. And sometimes we say something, it's like, that's not really how I feel, though, but whatever. But as long as you get to create awareness around like everything you're saying all the time and being like, I keep saying that, like, obviously, is that really how I feel? Like, and start listening within because your body's gonna feel stressed whether you say you're stressed or not, and it's gonna be tired whether you say you're tired or not. All right, we're good. The link to buying the recording,
Show
yeah, the
recording.
show. We're gonna be closing that soon, you guys. So get on it if you want to buy it and watch it at one time this winter. All right, bye.